So today's review will be of Robert Altman's 1975 film Nashville, which is generally raved as being his magnum opus. It's not my favorite film of Robert Altman's, but yeah, I'd say it's my fourth favorite of his. I simply like McCabe and Mrs. Miller and Shortcuts and The Player more. Yeah, if those films didn't come out, then Nashville would be my favorite. But the way that stands, it's number four, my favorite Robert Altman flicks. And Nashville is also the closest that you'll ever see me doing anything country music related. The movie is plagued with country music. I simply don't like country music. I like rock and roll and heavy metal music. See, I'm wearing Slayer right now. As you can see from my album reviews, it's pretty obvious how much I love that kind of music and don't like country. But in Nashville, you get that old kind of country stuff. It isn't nowadays with like Taylor Swift and Rascal Flatts and no, this was country music back when it was actually quite good. A couple years ago, I actually went to Nashville. I'm from suburban Ottawa, and I went to Nashville to visit some relatives. And yeah, went to the Grand Ole Opry, went to the Country Hall of Fame. Well, I don't remember the name of the Hall of Fame. You can comment below. Um, and yeah, it was quite a good time that I had. So yeah, this right here, the music in this certainly beats all the regular country music that you hear nowadays. Country back in the 70s was a lost art because what you see in the movie is so much better than what you see nowadays. Now, some of the songs in the, well, actually, most of the songs in the film, um, yeah, I wouldn't really listen to if, like just for fun. Even there's a couple of really good songs in this, but yeah, not a whole lot. And the thing that really gets me with Nashville is it felt as though you didn't really need to like country music at all. Like even if you don't like this old stuff country music, that you could like the movie anyway. And that's frankly a really good sign of when a movie like just doesn't care and it just did a good job of suckering you into the moment. Like I don't like rap music either, and there's been a few movies like urban movies like Juice and Boys in the Hood and Straight Outta Compton that are also brilliant beyond belief. So yeah, when a movie can do that, you know it's done a good job with it. So yeah, Robert Altman, he started the new wave of American cinema in the 70s, but the whole move itself started back in the 60s with Easy Rider. And yeah, Robert Altman started it in the 70s. Like they're the Easy Rider in '67 was like the precursor, and in the '70s it was Robert Altman that started it. Some other big named directors from the new wave of American cinema in the '70s was included like Brian De Palma and George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. So yeah, Robert Altman started in the '70s in 1970 with his anti-war comedy MASH, and yeah, what Robert Altman liked to do, and Nashville is a perfect example of this. He liked to make ensemble pictures with like so many different characters and so many different storylines to it. There's like 25 or 30 major players in this, and it is an Americana epic. And yeah, some characters aren't quite as fleshed out as others. Like got Liv Tomlin and Henry Gibson, who are um, pretty high up there on the food chain, like in the film. But you got others like Shelley Duvall and Scott Glenn, um, who are also fleshed out just enough and memorable too. And what the really good thing about Nashville is that it really Rob Altman does a really smooth job of keeping track of all the characters. Even though we love Game of Thrones, sometimes it can get hard to keep track of all the characters and storylines. But with Robert Altman, when he did Nashville and Shortcuts, 1993, it yeah, you never had any problems with that. So yeah, well, what's the movie really about? Um, well, the movie is about a group of people that and celebrities that cross paths over the course of 5 days for a major country music festival. But yeah, the movie it's more than just that. It was also about family and superstardom. You have all these different stories, all these different characters, all of which are so memorable, so enjoyable. They're all everyone's the star of their own story that happens. And watching this, you feel as though you've actually lived with all these characters for such a long time. And yeah, watch this, you just feel like you've grown as a person, and that's quite a good thing that happens. So yeah, the movie is it's about country. It deals with country music, and in the 70s, there was the classic rock hippie stuff that was happening. That was like Led Zeppelin and Steely Dan. But you also had punk rock, which was just starting to take off, and you had heavy metal music like Black Sabbath, which was also getting big. But yeah, you didn't really see a whole lot of country music. Well, I mean, country music wasn't quite as big as the other music genres. So yeah, even if you don't like country music, the movie does feature some songs that even country music haters will probably wouldn't even mind either. And of course, the humanity in this film, the people, the stories, the themes, all of them are perfect. All of them are brilliant. So yeah, this movie definitely one of the best. Definitely worthy of being called Robert Altman's magnum opus. I'm gonna give the film 4 stars.